How do you define church? For some, it's a place of worship in our neighborhood where we go weekly to recharge ourselves spiritually and emotionally, to develop relationships. It's a place where we learn about God and Christ. Through our Gospels, Christ teaches us that love knows no boundary. He is always with you, and as you travel, to love your neighbor. Through the teachings of the Gospel, Jesus removed cultural barriers, geographical barriers, political barriers, racial barriers, economic barriers, and even language barriers. I have found that participating in missions helps bring clarity to Jesus' teachings. I believe it is core to being a follower of Christ. We are blessed to have a history of missions at this church. One such mission is Inua Partners in Hope. I have been to Naivasha, Kenya 3 times. I have witnessed firsthand the transformation of lives. Can you imagine being 17 to 22 years of age with very little education, no job skills, taking care of siblings, and no real permanent housing? In Kenya, a student must pay for education from elementary school through high school. What if you're orphaned or your family has no means? Many of our youth are hungry, barely eating a meal a day upon entering the mission. They are just existing. Our amazing Kenyan staff work with these youth. They learn to work in teams, set goals, support each other. They learn about healthy food choices and how to take care of their bodies. Spiritually, they grow as they learn about God, His people, and the beautiful earth. They develop a relationship with prayer partners as letters are written and they write back. They learn about budgets and planning. They learn with a mentor to be taught a trade, and they are given the tools to do so. So a tailor gets a sewing machine. A mechanic receives tools. When the youth graduate, their income is 2.5 times the poverty level. When they came into the program, their income was 2.5 times below the poverty level. Many start their own businesses. They can support themselves and their families, and life is transformed for generations. In Matthew 25, verses 35 through 40, it says, "For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go visit you?" The king will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Through missions, I have learned how each person has basic needs to be in healthy relationships, that we are given gifts and talents to be shared with others. We meet Jesus in the mission field, no matter where we are, where we go, how we speak, our financial status, or what we look like.